Hello and welcome to the Superintendent's Perspective. I'm Lisa Ayala, Edinburgh CISD Public Information Officer. And of course, today I'm joined by Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mario Salinas. And we're here to talk a little bit about the Collegiate High School, the UTRGV-ECISD Collegiate High School, which is going to be our fifth high school. So tell us a little bit about what that means and what that is.
It's going to be a fifth high school for here in the city of Edinburgh, located on Freddie Gonzalez and Highway 281. It's a partnership between UTRGV and Edinburgh CISD, where we're going to split the cost of this high school 50-50, the construction cost, the engineering cost, the land cost, everything 50-50. We're aiming to start the school this coming school year.
Yes.
The 22-23 academic school year. So we are going to target current 8th graders and current 9th graders.
Right.
And anybody can apply.
Right.
Any student, any parent that is interested can apply, and we're going to be having orientation sessions at the middle schools, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Our hope is that students that attend this high school graduate from this high school with at least 60 college credits to their transcript. Students that want to be teachers,
right,
either elementary, middle, or high. Students that want to be engineers. Students that want to get into the medical professions. Students that want to study computer science. Or there may be students out there who want to attend this high school, but are not yet decided.
Right.
What is it that they want to study? They'll do the core.
I think this new collegiate high school partnering with UTRGV is going to be a great opportunity to keep some of our students in the Valley. A lot of our high achieving students tend to go outside the Valley for school and end up staying outside of the Valley. So I think getting that acceptance into UTRGV is going to be a great way to keep the students here, help them achieve their medical degrees, and give back to their own community.
Our goal is to once the child gets into this school, to get him graduated from this high school, and 2 years after graduating from this collegiate high school, graduating from college.
Yes.
Ideally, we would want the students to go to medical school, to school of pharmacy, school of optometry, and so on, because they're going to be young.
Yes, 19 or 20 years old by the time they graduate.
When they graduate from college, they're going to be 19, 20. They're very young.
Yes.
Hey, go and pursue a doctoral degree, a master's degree. That's what we ideally want. Many students are going to go straight into the workforce.
Right.
All these fields that we talked about, teaching, computer science, engineering, health professions. The minute you graduate, there are jobs, high quality jobs waiting. High quality, high paying jobs. That's what we want for our students. That's what parents want.
That's
ultimately
right.
For our students.
Which is why this is such an incredible and extraordinary opportunity, I think, for them, and something that we'll have a lot of interest about and for. One of the things that people have been asking about is how many students will be allowed to come into these cohorts or into these classes. So how many will we be bringing into the classes for this first year?
We encourage all students to apply.
Yes.
We don't want to be exclusive, elite, where we only get the smartest kids from our schools. We want everybody to apply, and we're going to give everybody an equal shot. We will review the applications one at a time and try to have a reflection of what the student body of this school to be a reflection of what our district is.
Yes.
We do not want the smartest kids on this campus. We want an inclusive environment, and we want everybody to apply because everybody has a chance to get in to the school.
I think it's really going to benefit our students. It's going to give them that leg up to get that college credit. I have one child in college right now, and at Vela, she was able to earn almost 40 hours of college credit, which did transfer to A&M Kingsville. So I think this will be a benefit, especially for some parents that are struggling to send all of their children to college.
The school has when it's got all the 4 grades and it's going full speed ahead, the school will have between 800 to 900 students. Most students are going to be from Edinburgh.
Yes.
If the student applies to this school and they're from Edinburgh, they've been coming to Edinburgh schools, they have a really good chance of getting in. If a student applies not from Edinburgh, you're not Edinburgh CISD students, they can still get in, but it's going to be harder
Right.
to get in.
That's right.
We estimate 10% of the total student enrollment to be that from students that have not been coming to Edinburgh schools.
I think it will be better for our district, definitely, because if it's an open enrollment, it just brings competition. I think competition is healthy. We become better when we have competency, so people from other districts that are well prepared can come, and I will invite them to join us. We have the more students and the better qualified, it just helps us grow. Same, not only the students, but also faculty as well. Probably instructors that have master's degree, PhD degrees. It's just everybody will benefit, from the competency here.
And I think that's been one of your biggest points, is making sure that people understand that it's not going to be an elite school. You don't have to be identified as GT. You don't have to be identified as, having taken AP classes. This is open to everyone, and that's also really important. So even if you haven't, been on this track, apply. This is an opportunity.
When we look, and we're gonna have a committee to review all the applications, and when we start, and we have all the records here. If there's Edinburgh students, we have all the records here. And we're going to look at the records from elementary, middle, and high, their grades, their teachers' comments, their parents, the interview,
The essay.
and there's going to be students that are talented and that are not identified as gifted and talented, that probably can do well
Yes, as long as they're
in the school, as long as they've got the willpower, the determination, and the right attitude, the support at home.
right.
Child doesn't have to be GT to succeed in this campus.
That's right. And we want to make sure that they have the opportunity to get 60 hours college, free, completely free as well. So, but you have mentioned it will be a competitive process, but
60 college hours, free.
yes,
No fees, no books. We pay everything. So I think it's a good deal for the parents financially, and it's definitely a good deal for the children. To put them in this environment where the children that go to this school, they all have one priority. That's doing well academically.
It's thousands and thousands of money, actually. Parents, the whole community, benefits from these opportunities. Parents saving money, students by getting ahead, us teachers by getting job opportunities, as well as being hired from the university level, and expose them to what up there in the world is.
It's a good thing for our students. It's a good thing for our parents.
yes. And I think they also will feed off of each other, that kind of competitive environment. They're all going to be like-minded students. They're all going to be competitive. It'll be a rigorous environment. In the 9th and 10th grade, they will be taught by AP, by our teachers, like you mentioned, and they'll be taking AP and pre-AP classes.
By the time they're juniors, they'll be full-time college students.
Yes.
And seniors, full-time college students, full-time, with a hour and a half classes, typical that you see at the college.
Pre-AP classes are really important for setting the foundation for the more advanced, rigorous classes. It teaches them good study skills, critical thinking, critical reading, writing. I tell my students all the time they're going to be writing in all their subjects, not just in English. So for pre-AP English classes, it really is going to set the foundation that they're going to need to be successful in a lot of their higher level classes as well.
So this year's current 8th graders, and current 9th graders. That's the target that student population that we're looking for, and and we're going to recruit the first two cohorts from the current 8th and 9th grade students. 200 freshmen, 200 current 8th graders, and 200 current freshmen, for a total of 400 for the first year.
For the first year. And then after that, we will continue to add on 200 200 students per year. So it'll continue to grow.
Until it gets to 800. Until we get grades 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yes.
And we'll be dealing with hopefully 800, between 800 to 900 students at all times. Hopefully that's our goal.
Right. Now, one of the questions that's come up is what's the differences between the early college and the university, collegiate high school. What is the main difference?
There are several significant differences. In Edinburgh, and as most other school districts in the Rio Grande Valley, there's early college high schools. This is our schools within the school.
Yes.
where students take dual credit classes for credit for an associate degree.
Right.
So they're working toward an associate degree. The collegiate high school, the children will be taking college classes with university professors with credits toward a Bachelor of Science, either in the area of teaching, health professions, engineering, and computer science. The 60 college credit that they're going to earn, they can probably transfer anywhere.
Right.
They're from a Division I university environment.
And that's the biggest difference.
That's the biggest difference.
Right there.
You know, the other big difference between an early college school and this collegiate high school, this school is going to be a standalone
Yes.
school, their own valedictorian, their own salutatorian, their own top 10%.
And that's huge. And I think that that's really what we want to drive home. So parents, teachers, everybody understands what those two differences are. And this is going to be kind of a journey where the students will be involved in selecting the logo. They'll be involved in selecting mascots, all of that.
Every child that goes into this campus is going to be taking advanced classes. Every child that goes into this campus is highly motivated in the area of academics. We think that this school is going to be top notch.
Yes.
They don't need to go to a magnet school and go get some specialized training, because we can offer that and more
Right.
in this school.
Now, the other thing that's important, I think, is what about transferring in? There have been some questions about kids being able to transfer into this school once it's started. Once this cohort starts, it will continue
We
on.
probably will accept transfers at the 9th grade level.
Okay.
When we still have them, they're still freshmen.
Yes.
Probably. And of course, we're learning as we go. This
Yes.
is a new venture for us. Right now, I can tell you preliminarily, we may accept transfers if we have open slots. I'm sure we're going to have waiting lists up to the end of the freshman year, but probably not after that,
Right.
because we need to establish a cohort environment.
Right. And that's the way most of these start out. Is they start in 9th grade or 10th or 8th grade, or I'm sorry, 9th and 10th grade, and they go on all the way.
Yeah,
So-
the other idea with this campus, at the 9th and 10th grade level, we're going to tell our staff that we need to nurture the children and we need to grow their confidence, and we need to prepare them so that when they get to the 11th grade and they're full-time college students, that they can meet the challenge. They don't
Yeah.
drop out.
Right.
So our job not only in the 9th and 10th, not only for them to do rigorous academic work, we also want to nurture them and grow them socio-emotionally, so that when they get to the 11th grade with full-time college students, they don't drop out. They hang in there.
Right.
They got the smarts, and they got they have the socio-emotional support to not to drop out when they are faced with challenges, as we all did when we were in college.
Of course, and they'll have peer support by that point. They will have come up with the same group of students. They'll in the facility that we're building, we'll have common areas. We'll have areas where they study together. So they will start to create kind of a fellowship, a group of students and peers that all study together, work together, have common goals, et cetera. So it'll be really fascinating and a wonderful thing to do. Now we start these parental informational meetings on the 19th. So we'll have a little break here, and then we come right back and we'll start out at Barrientos.
We have Easter break this coming weekend.
Right.
We come back on Tuesday night. We have our first parent orientation
Yes.
at Barrientos Middle School at 6 o'clock. Any parent from any school can attend
Yes.
this session, where we're going to give the parents an overview of this collegiate high school, give them an idea of what the school is all about, give them a chance to ask questions. If they're interested, give an application.
Yes.
Now, the parent goes to this orientation session, we'll give them points on the application. If the parent goes to these sessions, that'll increase the chances of that student getting into the collegiate high school.
And as you mentioned, the parental support is huge. So of course we want their
Yes, it is.
involvement
Yes, it is.
and their being able
Yes,
to.
it is. We don't. Some people underestimate how much influence the parents have on their children when it comes to academics.
Absolutely.
Some people, not all.
Right.
It's an important factor in success. at least at this level.
Absolutely.
The other on Tuesday, oh, that's on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we also going to do the same thing at BL Garza.
Right. And we have more information and all of that on our website. We'll be discussing this for the next few weeks. We've got a lot to talk about. As you know, as we come back, we'll have more questions, we'll have more answers to discuss. And it's just, it's kind of a, as you mentioned, it's a journey. It's something that we're continuing to do each week. And so we're looking forward to discussing and continuing to talk about all the things that we've got going on. So that concludes today's episode of our Superintendent's Perspective. Thank you for joining us. And as always, stay healthy and stay safe.